But
Defender shaded her off to a sharper angle on the left. Still took the shot, though. Wasn't afraid to strike, but a little too short, too wide.
Sadly, just a bit too wide.
So we have a few more subs coming in for the Mountaineers here. Seeing Jans come off. She will be replaced by what looks like Erica Kuparaji. And Lammers and Epp will come off. And McFadden and Minzak back in.
Hopefully these substitutions late in the game can just bear some fruit for these Mountaineers and just have a little more comfort room with the scoreboard.
Falcons looking to push up the right side. Nice block on the cross attempt.
Again, with this Mountaineers defense, just always being right there and able to support our amazing Samantha Duhan, just shows why these Mountaineers just have the grit and grind. With playoffs arriving soon, this team can definitely have finals appearances, hopefully in the future.
So big corner coming here for the Falcons. Low attempt, chopped away, so I think they will retake the corner. So we are nearing the 80th minute here at Tim Hortons Field. Falcons will probably look to play a bit more aggressive and try and get an equalizer. Kick is up. Nice deflection and nice clearance.
Huge clearance, and this possibly could generate a goal on the other end. But this was exactly what the Mountaineers needed.
So ball deflected, and it'll be another corner for the Falcons. Kick is up. Batted down. Beautiful slide tackle. Glassbergen able to get in front and get a nice slide tackle and clear it out about 10 extra yards, forcing a throw in closer to midfield rather than about the 30-yard line for the Falcons.
Mohawk subs number 15, Claudia Calix, for number 21, Aaliyah Cardona.
So it's substitution. Cardona comes out and Calix comes in. So we are under 10 to play now in regulation. Not sure if there will be much stoppage time added. Maybe a minute. Haven't been too many stoppages in this game. Falcons threatening. And the ball is chopped through past the last defender with a short, a little awkward kick in midair. The Falcons tie the game at 1. Not much Dahan could do there. She was relying on her defender.
But this is definitely just one of those situations where these Mountaineers have been there You know, they've been in the situation where teams have scored on them and they just bounce back quickly with another one. So hopefully the Mountaineers are just able to put their heads down and, hey, we got to get a goal. We got to get one quick.
Yeah, you can't let this demoralize your team. This team is full of fighters. They fought back their last game, tie it up at 2-2. You can't let this bring you down and allow the Falcons come by and take a lead.
But with the way they're playing right now, it seems like the team all realizes that they want to put one in the back of the net. Huge pressure.
So although a tie isn't the best outcome here for the Mountaineers,
It most definitely wouldn't be the worst outcome.
yeah, you don't want to slip up and allow the Falcons to take the lead. So there's about 7 minutes left now. Game plan will now change for the Mountaineers. And it's looking like they will get some substitutions back in the next couple minutes with their top strikers. They'd like to generate some better offensive chances.
And it could be just right now where these Mountaineers just put another one in the net.
As that ball sails out, those substitutions will now come in. So I'm seeing Lammers back in. And Machado will come in for DiFrancesco.
Huge
We still have
run.
Jans waiting on the sideline. She will come in fairly soon. Mountaineers looking to make a quick push here. Seems like they did have numbers on the break. Kuparaji battling for it. Falcons will clear it out and let it sail.
With both teams definitely getting to that time of the match where it's simply just energy and spirit that's going to get the next team to their victory, defeat, or possibly a tie.
So Calix will indeed come out now, and Jans will return. So Mountaineers have loaded up their top offensive players and strikers in the game.
4 subs for Mohawk. Number 9, Ryan Jans. Number 15, Claudia Calix. Number 11, Janelle Lammers. Emily Monsack. Number 16, Paige F. For number 6, Tori McFadden. Number 20, Madison Machado.
Huge header
DiFrancesco.
and clearance from these Mountaineers.
So Mountaineers have been trying to clear it. They've gotten a few attempts, but Falcons are still pinning them in their end right now.
It definitely seems that the Falcons right now,
They got that second life coming in after that goal.
a lot of momentum's on their ends, but these Mountaineers are doing enough to put an end to a lot of it.
So it seemed like the Falcons were kind of dead in this game with about 10 minutes to play. And that goal just, almost like a defibrillator, kind of just brought them right back to life.
Yeah, just rejuvenated the whole team and, just playing a lot harder right now. But the Mountaineers aren't letting anything in the back of the net, but they definitely got to do some more on the offensive end and really just continue that pressure that they were earlier on in the game.
Cross is up, deflected out. Kuparaji will take it, trying to make a quick push.
The score is tied. 1-1.
She will send it up. Lammers ending up
And then
making
Boyd with a
better
huge
attack.
defensive stop who will try to generate a goal, but Duhan right there to scoop it up.
long kick downfield, maybe over the head of the defenders for a striker. Look to send it out. So it'll be a very, very deep throw in. Beautiful play on defense by the Falcons. But a quick throw in before the Falcons could get back. Lammer's looking for the cross.
Huge cross, but wasn't able to get to another Mountaineer. Grant
Grant will secure the ball safely. Looking to send a long kick downfield.
And this could be the strike that's needed. This could be the strike that's it. And sadly, just a bit too wide. Oh, great little deception right there from these Mountaineers.
Snyder will let the ball roll out to ensure position. Falcons making a push.
Right there, as
Seemed like a bit of a
always.
miscommunication between the Mountaineers defenders on who was supposed to cover who. Almost led to a dangerous attempt for the Falcons with about a minute to play here.
This right here could be one of the last opportunities that these Mountaineers have to generate a goal.
So ball deflected out. Falcons are going to play pretty quickly. Try and get upfield. Do the Mountaineers have any magic left in them?
When times get tough, it takes the team to get tougher, and it seems that Lammers could have what it takes to really put another one in the bins, but too long
Deflection
on the wind-up.
off the back of their Falcons teammate. Just a constant battle right now in the Falcons' end.
Huge battle between both teams
So
right
Falcons making a very late push. Dahan will dive on it.
now. Great dive and save.
So she'll send a long kick downfield in what will be the last play of the game. So not the outcome that the Mountaineers wanted here. They do come out with a tie, but with a late lead in the 80th minute, up 1-0, the Falcons come back to tie it. So Falcons now 3-4 on the season, and Mountaineers move to 2-5. So both teams still win.
Sucks.
I'd like to welcome all viewers back to Mohawk Mountaineers Sports, live at Tim Hortons Field. I'm Connor LaHaye.
And I'm McVestio Suzua.
We have a matchup here between the Mohawk Mountaineers and the Fanshawe Falcons. So currently on the season, the Mountaineers are 1-5 in a rather forgetful season, where the Falcons are just hovering around average at 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties.
I would definitely say that these Mountaineers are looking quite hungry for a goal!
And the early goal, it under a minute in.
It does seem that it was called offside.
So they call Sabatino off on the offside on the beautiful header from a Amazing setup from DeAnthony Sims just at midfield.
Looked greatly world-class right there, but sadly, the ref was just a hater.
What a start that would have been for the Mountaineers.
But great defensive pressure by Keon Smith right now, with Brandon Bernardus helping him out just right then and there. Great job from these Mountaineers. I would definitely say that a whole attitude or like morale change is in the grasp right now for these Mountaineers.
So the Falcons' push is stopped by an offside. So just playing it slow and passive here are the Falcons. Not rushing into anything. Steinke will float it. Not too hard of a kick.
With the Falcons having such an even record, this could definitely be one of those matches where the Mountaineers could change up the table just a bit with a win today.
Yeah, rather important game here for the Falcons, as they stand fourth in their conference right now. And they're 2-2-2. So any outcome is honestly a big possibility for some changing in the standings. A win would boost them up, a loss would send them down, and a tie would probably hover them back around where they still are.
Such a crucial game for these Falcons, but these Mountaineers right now are looking quite hungry and really on the prowl to score a goal. With still hopes to change up their season possibly and maybe just somehow sneak into the playoffs.
Seems like they're battling for it right now.
Great save by Oliver.
What a leaping save by Oliver Steinke. Battle of the ball. Ball just kind of came out loose, and it was in no man's land. I'm not sure who struck that for the Falcons, but it was a beautiful shot, and Steinke was ready.
It was a world-class shot and even a better save. Pure talent from this keeper. And the Falcons were not able to bear any fruit from the corner, and it shall be a goal kick.
It's a nice little play there by Sims to kind of get his body on the offensive player. Shield him off from making a play on the sideline, so Mountaineers will take the ball.
Huge pressure from these Mountaineers.
And that was the keeper, Daniel Gonzalez, just tapping away any pressure. Mountaineers not backing down right now in the end of the Falcons. Through ball just too hard. Steinke will let it roll out. Sims will send it. An attempt to kill Murray.
Great show of skill. But Steinke right there just to wrap it up.
Smith looking for Sabatino.
And with Brendan Bernard with the ball, we'll see what he does with it. Good pass to Keon Smith.
So Smith surveying for another player on his back line.
And with having Keon Smith in the back line, that definitely helps the defensive on so many different levels. I'm just able to keep things out the ends and just being able to push the ball up forwards. And right now we're hearing a lot of communication between our goalkeeper, Oliver Steinke, and his players.
Doing a great job so far at positioning his defensive line, stopping any chances of a Falcons push. And just like that, the Falcons take a 1-0 lead on what looked to be an offside. No call by the referees, and Steinke is not happy. So the goal scorer looks like number 9, Mike Snedden. But on the attack, it seemed like the Falcons player was shielding Ahuo behind him, making him offside. But I'm assuming the referees called it clean, and the Falcons take an early 1-0 lead.
Right now, with the game being 1-0 for the Fanshawe Falcons, hopefully the team morale will not change for the Mountaineers and they're able to still show a lot of defensive pressure and offensive gain.
Fanshawe goals scored by number 9, Michael Snedden, assisted by number 8, Ryan Baker.
Great defensive pressure by Hamza Spalman.
Another offside call there by the referee.
Great cross by Brendan Bernard. It definitely seems that these Falcons are trying to keep possession on a lot longer. But just in the backfield, Garen Blake just always ready. Young and talented player for these Mountaineers. Seasoned veteran, actually. Not his first rodeo with this team. Great defensive stop by DeAnthony Sims.
Just a little bit of antics from the Falcons right there. That was Gomez Galliano.
Huge run, but it seems that the ball was a little too far for Hamza Salman. Great defensive pressure from the Mountaineers.
So Smith will send it back to Steinke to reset.
And just from hearing the players on the field right now, it does seem that the Mountaineers are just a bit frustrated with the early goal that occurred, but just over time, I expect that players like Garen Blake, Epi, Hamza Salman, and Sabatino, for sure, and Ian will definitely use their leadership skills and get this team to where they need to be. And with a keeper like Oliver in net, it's nothing these Mountaineers cannot do. I'll definitely say that a morale boost is very much in need for these Mountaineers to really keep striving to put one in the net.
That's fine.
So from the corner, the Falcons look to make an attack. What a save! So off the corner, ball gets deflected. A nice little shot on goal, and Steinke with a beautiful save. But as a hard shot, unable to get the rebound off his leg. Ball is bounced back, and the Falcons tap it in and take a 2-0 lead.
And sadly, just like that, we see a very change in team shifting and team morale, with these Falcons just looking a lot hungrier, and seems that they want. But this could be the case for the Mountaineers to get another goal. We're seeing a lot of heart, and in tough times, you know, people just got to get tougher. So hopefully these Mountaineers will have what it takes to really put a change in this match.
So the goal by the Falcons scored by Roko Pritinjaka.
But I'll definitely say that it was a great save by Ollie. Sadly, just a lot of offensive pressure shown, and sometimes it just gets the best of you.
Yeah, great shot, but as a really hard shot, especially off the leg, it's hard to control that. With no defense around to get the rebound, went right back to the opposing striker, and he just sent it right over his head. So around about the 17th minute now, and with the Falcons leading 2-0, it seems like they are going to take control for the most of this half. It's a really big flip of the switch after the first 40 seconds. What seemed to be a Mohawk Mountaineers goal was disallowed from an offside. So Mountaineers look to fight from behind as they have normally done this season.
Right idea. Go on, Luke. Time it! Have it!
We're seeing a great aggression shown by these Mountaineers, but from the looks of it, it's a lot of running, and if we compare both teams' bench, one bench does go a little deeper than the other. So hopefully fatigue will not be a problem for these Mountaineers.
So a penalty is called on Steinke, and he is livid. He made a slide for the ball, and what looked to be all ball on the play, the player fell on him after. They are awarding a penalty shot for the Falcons.
And it does seem that DeAnthony Sims will be picking up a yellow card as well.
I'm assuming he had some pretty choice words for the referee after that call.
But it does seem that it shall be a penalty kick. This is definitely not the position that these Mountaineers want to be in, but in sports, like we always say, stranger things have happened. So hopefully these Mountaineers are able to pull a win out and really just get back into their own groove.
So very big play coming here with Steinke on the line.
A save right now could be a
Shot
huge
is
deal.
there and over the head of Steinke for a goal. So after the penalty is called, the Falcons capitalize and take a 3-0 lead. Steinke was playing the shot to go left, and the striker went straight over the head of Steinke down the middle. So very costly penalty there for Steinke, setting up a penalty kick. And the Falcons lead 3-0 now in the 21st minute.
Play in!
I'd say the biggest thing that these Mountaineers can do right now is just really hold possession and, do what they can in the best positions. Just work their game and, find out the best shooting opportunities as possible just to start slowly getting back onto the scoreboard.
So that goal was scored by number 9, Michael Snedden, his second of the game.
Great switch by Keon Smith. And great attempt by DeAnthony Sims. Sadly, the ball was intercepted by the Falcons. Great interception by Bernards. And it seems like the play would have been an offside, but Oliver Steinke was definitely there. Huge kick by Steinke. Hopefully able to generate some fruit. Great possession and touches by these Mountaineers. It does seem that Garen Blake might be getting a bit physical, but that's just what these Mountaineers might need. Any type of shift in team morale could definitely be a key factor in how this match could end. And just like that, 17 was on the prowl. Great pass to Ian Curry. Curry to
Barnard will
Bernard.
look to send a cross.
Great cross. And this could be generating some fruit, but sadly the Falcons were right there.
Kilmurray's header attempt bounced low. Seemed like he got hit a little bit on the play, but nothing that would be a call for the ref. Tavares with some nice moves up the right side. Sends it off to Blake. Nice little spin move.
Great show of skill.
Cross attempt is blocked. This will be a corner kick here for the Mountaineers. Tavares ready to tee up. Kick is on the way. That was cleared out by Angel Camille.
Great defensive stops by Karen Blake.
So we had another offside call here on this Falcons half. player does not seem too happy about the call, and he will be awarded a yellow. So just an errant play right there. You're up 3-0. I mean, you do have a little room to work with, but you still don't want to get taxed with a yellow card early in this first half.
Turn aside, turn aside.
Yeah, force him back. Good. Oh,
Huge kick from Oliver Steinke. Great defensive pressure from these Mountaineers. Great pressure from Ian Curry.
Through ball almost generating an opportunity for Snedden's third goal of the game, but just a little too hard, and Steinke will take it.
No, press lane. Brennan, too far off, bro. That's enough time.
Nice job by Ahua.
And great control and great. Oh, seems like there was a foul, but the ref will not call it.
Carving through the defense right now, setting up his teammate for a nice attempt. Ball was past Steinke, but Tavares there to clear it out before it crosses the line. Nice defensive play by the Mountaineers to keep it at 3-0.
And shot squandered by the Falcons.
I'm not sure if he was trying to fake the cross attempt.
I'm not sure what he was trying to do, but whatever it was, needs to stop.
His bench and teammates didn't seem too happy with the play. Seemed like he was trying to catch Steinke off guard with some type of trick shot, but when you're up 3-0, it's not that big of a deal, especially in the first 25 minutes of this game. But you still want to capitalize on every opportunity you get.
100%. And with the pressure that these Mountaineers are putting on, you know, hopefully it could be better. It could be better, but I would definitely say after a good little speech, this team might just not look the same after halftime.
So play continues.
I see a lot of communication happening on the field, but also a lot of miscommunication.
So advantage given for the Falcons.
I would say right now we're definitely seeing a lot of aggression from a few Mohawk players, but Just like I said earlier with Garen Blake, like that's just what's needed sometimes.
And another yellow card given here. So a little bit of an argument right there between Sneddon and the referee.
And it seems that the ref will be giving out some red cards, possibly.
So I'm not sure if that was his second yellow card of the game already. But they did get into it seemed like a heated argument.
Yeah, a good verbal
Did hear the referee
disagreement.
ask him if he wanted to go home.
Great passing by Keon Smith. Ian to Bernard. Bernard to Sabantino. Great cross, but sadly just a bit wide and ending out of bounds.
No press, Luke. You can press up. Squeeze up. Keon, a shoulder. I got two. Drop. Wait. Hey, Mark up. Hey, everybody's got to get somebody. Come on.
Oh, that's good. Back up! Long ball! Together underneath.
Yeah, get set. Shit. Right. Lock for set. First and second. Yeah, tighten up. Luke. Play.
So about 10 minutes to play left in this first half. Falcons lead 3-0.
Huge kick by Steinke. And we're just seeing a lot of pressure from these Falcons just throughout the whole match. And just over time, the game's just getting a bit more physical and physical. Hopefully these Mountaineers are able to generate a goal with these movements.
Pass out wide to Barnard.
And Bernard
Is through to Salmon and
sadly
offside
called
called.
offside.
Salmon upset but understands the call. Was a little, just a couple steps ahead.
Frustration must be rising between these Mountaineers, but composure must be met if they want to generate some goals. Throw in from the Falcons.
We'll reset it back to their defense.
Definitely seems that these Falcons aren't playing too worried right now. Well, these Mountaineers are applying quite the pressure. But just like that, those small openings when given they make it very unfortunate for a keeper to, be able to make those type of saves.
And just like that, nice through ball to Snedden. Able to make a move on the defender. The cross to, I'm not sure who it was, on
but a
the Falcons.
Looked like a small pass and just
a light chip shot over the head of Steinke. It just seems like this team right now is dead in the water.
I would really say it's, a huge difference between the men's team and women's teams is just the numbers is a huge thing. We see one thing with the women's teams is that they rotate their players often and really try to make sure that their strikers get a few minutes off to, really rest up so they can make those huge runs. And
for the women's team, they do use their bench to an advantage. They have a lot of players they can cycle in and cycle out, give their top strikers a couple minutes off. But for this men's team, currently, looks like there's only one or maybe two players on the bench, which makes it very tough for this team, especially getting pinned in their own end and having to play a lot of defense, getting worn down early in this first half. They're very much looking forward to the second half so they can get some rest.
I'll definitely say running 45 minutes without any water break or anything like that, it can definitely have its strains on the body and just not being fatigued. Hopefully these Mountaineers over time are able to capitalize on the halftime break and really just get an early good go at it.
Halftime could not come any sooner for these Mountaineers. So the goal scored by the Falcons was Juan Sebastian Gomez Galliano, assisted by Michael Snedden. Keon Smith will clear it out a little bit. Nothing too far.
Great pressure for the Mountaineers right now. Hopefully able to bear some fruit with it.
So foul called on the Mountaineers and players don't seem to be happy.
And with a keeper with that much confidence playing up and holding the ball, these Mountaineers definitely have to take advantage of those type of situations.
So Barnard will throw it back to Smith. They will reset it to Steinke. So approaching the 40th minute here in the first half. Falcons lead 4-0 here at Tim Hortons Field over the Mohawk Mountaineers.
Great defensive stop by the Mountaineers. Hopefully able to fully get it out the zone.
Tavares looking to make a push. Ball is deflected out by the Falcons. Mountaineers will throw in just past half.
And DeAnthony Sims with the throw in.
So Mountaineers players not too happy with each other on their effort for the ball.
Yeah.
Bit of yelling as the ball was slowly rolled for about 10 yards out of bounds. None of the players applied any pressure on the Falcons player.
I would definitely say that composure right now is what's most needed on the pitch from these Mountaineers. When hard times happen, you really got to see who can, make a change, who can make that difference. And, you can't always rely on your goalkeeper to be that difference.
And danger evaded with that shot going out of bounds.
All the way to Mexico.
Michael Snedden, almost again with an opportunity for the hat trick, was past the defender. Steinke got to it, deflected it a little bit, but Snedden wasn't able to reach the loose ball in time. Like you said, composure's a big thing for this team. They're already battling a tough team in the Falcons. Battling your teammates is not something you want to do also.
But great defensive stop by the Mountaineers. But it seems that a possible handball was committed. Therefore, it shall be a free kick for the Falcons.
Kick is chipped past. Shot attempted, but before the shot was kicked, flag was up for offside. So I've noticed that the Falcons have been very eager to run for those loose balls on those throughs. So far in this first half, they already have 5 offsides called on them. I mean, while you're up 4-0, it doesn't hurt you as much playing very aggressive.
But we'll definitely swarmed by the Falcons.
Shot up, drifting wide. So just over a minute to play in this first half. Mountaineers hopefully looking to get 1 goal. Cut the lead down to 3 going into the second half.
Great show of skill from the Mountaineers. But sadly was taken from the Falcons, who might be on the verge of a huge opportunity.
Once again, another offsides on the Falcons. They're just very aggressive.
Very offensive minded to get those offsides, but with 4 goals in the net, you really see where those attempts will eventually get you.
Booming kick downfield. Nice job by Sims to break up the long through ball.
And great show of skill as well.
So that right there, whistle is blown. Will end the first half. So after 45 minutes of play, Falcons take a 4-0 lead over the Mohawk Mountaineers. So amazing half for the Falcons, scoring 4 goals, and a rather forgetful half for the Mohawk Mountaineers. I'd like to welcome all viewers back to Mohawk Mountaineers Sports. Live from Tim Hortons Field, we have a matchup between the Mohawk Mountaineers and the Fanshawe Falcons. Score is currently 4-0 for the Falcons.
And one thing I've noticed entering the second half is that the Falcons have switched up their goalkeeper. So hopefully the Mountaineers might be able to find more success with this new keeper in net.
Yes, the Falcons did make a substitution at half. So Luis Medici is now in at net. We do have a player down on the field.
It does seem that Garen Blake could be suffering from an injury. Hopefully it is minor. But with the trainer rushing to the field, we will find out shortly.
Wow, no hustle. Like that?
I just saw you grab him, so I was like, I should probably go in there. Anything comes up? Go down. Okay?
Guys, white ball, just on.
You ready? Just come back in for a full while he's off, yeah?
Switch on, right away here, right?
Come on, boys. Left, switch on. If you want, he can come in.
So play resumes after an injury stoppage. But Blake is back in the game. So it's good to see, but just keep an eye out on him so nothing serious happens with another injury.
Get up now, get up now, get up. Let's go. You again. Hey, bro. Fine shake. Come on. Angel in there, no turn. Get up there. Track, tuck in.
Huge run by the Falcons, but Mohawk does put a stop to it. Great show of skill, but sometimes I would definitely say you just got to get it out of the ends.
So foul called against the Mountaineers. We'll set up a nice position for a free kick for the Falcons. Beautiful block right there by Sabatino.
Great block by the Mountaineers, and you can definitely see the Falcons just holding possession right now. But great defensive pressure from the Mountaineers. Another good defensive stop from the Mountaineers. Seems like Garen Blake should be good to go from the looks of that defensive play. Great snag by Oliver Steinke to make an offensive position for the Mountaineers. Hopefully this can bear some fruit.
Ball is loose and kind of being fought for right now around the 35-yard line. And they are in free. And that'll be another goal for the Falcons. So ball was being batted around a little bit, and then I'm not sure what happened, but the Falcons had a 2-on-0 on Steinke. And probably one of the easiest goals these Falcons are going to get.
It just seemed that some of the Mountaineers defenders got tripped up on the play and weren't able to get to the ball quick enough. You know, so as a recommendation, the best thing that these Mountaineers can do right now, being in this position, is just finish strong and really just hold it down defensively and try to put some in the back of the net to even out the score.
The way those two players seemed so open, I was expecting another offside call for the Falcons, but
Fanshawe scored by number 3, Juan Sebastian Gomez Galliano.
the goal for the Falcons scored by Juan Sebastian Gomez Galliano. So just over 8 minutes into this second half, Falcons strike again.
And if the Mountaineers are just able to put a shot on net, maybe it could generate something.
Hey, Garrett. Got one in the middle now. Go.
Another break here for the Falcons.
And with the
all
immense
alone.
speed, Garen Blake is just right there to put an end to it. Huge
Beautiful
defensive stop.
Just showing off his speed. In a game where you're down 5-0, there are some players on that team that just will not give up. And even after taking an injury timeout, Garen Blake is still battling through and making sure that Steinke gets all the protection he can get.
Great show of skill, but possibly the wrong pass made, but great fire for the ball from these Mountaineers. Tavares.
So Medici will roll it out. We'll send it back to him.
Come on, Spence. Good. Hey, Garrett, left shoulder. You got Ibra. Smart. You want Mike left, you want. Leave.
So Falcons pretty much controlling this entire second half at the moment. And having some nice passing plays and just kind of looking around to get the best opportunities they can get.
You can really see that these Falcons are just holding possession and just waiting out for the right pass for that through ball. That through ball has been so dangerous throughout this whole match.
It seems like that's what they've been living and dying from. Either getting called on the offside or getting the perfect opportunity with either one-on-ones, two-on-ones, 2-on-0s. Whatever they want, they're getting it.
And just like we said earlier, this is one of those matches where the Falcons are 2-2-2, and this could just put a lot of points on the board for them and really make a change in where they place for the playoffs that are approaching nearby.
to the face. Tuck,
Yeah, like you said, they're 2-2-2 on the season. So I wanted to get them 3 points here, bring them up to 11 points on the season. As the fourth team, St. Clair only trails by 1 point, so this would be a big victory here to get some uppings in the standings.
Huge
Great
defense.
slide tackle.
Huge stop. But with time winding down in the match, these Mountaineers have to really just dig in deep and really just try to hold down the score or put one in the net at least.
Yeah, you don't want this game to just get out of hand and just let the Falcons manhandle you and just keep scoring at will.
And for it to become a goal fest for one end. Great save by Steinke. Hopefully this play can bear some fruit for these Mountaineers.
We'll reset it back to Steinke. And look to send it downfield. So, Sabatino looking to send it up. Falcons will retrieve it and send it back to their keeper. Foul called on the elbow. So Mountaineers will have some nice position here with a free kick.
And with D'Anthony Sims taking this free kick, hopefully it can bear fruit for these Mountaineers. Possibly striking one in the bins or crossing for his teammates. And just like that, sadly, it was not enough. And the Falcons will be on the counterattack.
Now we step. Step off.
Six. Watch six.
Great pressure from these Mountaineers. But it does seem that the Falcons are just holding it. Huge cross, but was deflected. And now the Falcons shall be on the counterattack.
Looking to make a move. Pass is broken up. Falcons do retain possession. Shot is floated up but wide. Blake will let it roll out.
And it shall be Mountaineers' ball.
Mountaineers looking to make any offensive attempt here. Nice move by Curie. Low cross deflected, so the Mountaineers will now have a corner kick. Ball is up. Snagged down by Medici.
So close, but no cigar for these Mountaineers. But through ball given, but Stanky, easy wrap up. Just a walk in the park with that one.
So it is looking like the Mountaineers will make a substitution. So in a game down 5-0, we're in the 60th minute right now. Steinke will come out.
And it's one of those performances where, your keeper can only do so much sometimes. He's made some absolutely amazing saves, but with just the huge offensive pressure that these Falcons have committed, it would be hard for any keeper.
For number 1, Oliver Steinke.
So yeah, in a game down 5-0, about 30 minutes to play. You don't want to risk any injury or any further morale boosts. You don't want Steinke to come out there feeling like it was his fault. So taking him out at this point, letting Gervie or Bourgeois come in.
And I'll definitely say that's a huge thing of keep making sure that your players are still confident regardless of what the score might be. It's a team sport. It never ends on one individual.
And you can't blame him. I mean, the defense has had some opportunities where they could have capitalized, and they've given it away. They left him on some 2-on-0s, some 1-on-0s, some shots that he couldn't save himself. And although a couple goals you could point fingers at, but in a game where it's 5-0, this result is not on him. Ball is headed back out again. Falcons looking to get out of their own end. Looking to make a move on the left side. Nice few dribble moves. Ball is blocked off of a Huo on the baseline, and the Falcons will take the corner kick.
Organize, guys. No free headers. No free headers.
So a small little kick, and the cross is very, very long. Attempt to keep it in by the Falcons.
And some offensive pressure from the Mountaineers, but the Falcons were able to get it back. Huge through pass made, but squandered by these Falcons.
Sailed high over the net.
And that one's
Yet again, another beautiful through ball by these Falcons. Live by it, die by it.
that shot did make its way all the way to Idaho.
And that was Nicholas Jimenez, who was alone on the break.
Great defensive pressure shown by these Mountaineers.
So a penalty called, and it's looking like that'll be their second penalty kick of the game upcoming for the Falcons. So slide tackle attempt got too much of the Falcon player, and in a opportunity where Bourgeois is subbed in, he is being faced with a penalty kick not even 10 minutes into his stint.
Seeing both keepers will be given a penalty kick in this match. Stanky and Fanshawe.
Kick is up and good. So Falcons tag on another one. So score is now 6-0 here at Tim Hortons Field. Just a very forgetful night for the Mountaineers.
And with the match being 6-0 currently right now, I'll definitely say with these Mountaineers, a lot of heads is down. Team morale does need a boost, but hopefully a miracle can happen. It's times like this where players show who's really in it to win it. The grit, the grind.
That goal scored by Ryan Baker.
Also, just being noticed, there was a captaincy switch from it being Oliver Steinke to DeAnthony Sims. And
Salmon
Salmon
for
with
it.
the ball, but it does seem to get tripped up. But the ref does seem to call the foul that was committed afterwards. And a red card is given.
So I'm guessing Sims said something to the referee after that next penalty. He was given his second yellow of the game, which is a red card.
And with that being the case, Garen Blake shall hold captaincy, with DeAnthony Sims being off the field.
And another thing to point out, with the very, very limited bench that the Mountaineers hold, with Sims coming out for that red card, the Mountaineers will play shorthanded for the rest of this game. Only substitution on the bench currently is Oliver Steinke, the goalkeeper.
Fanshawe sub number 23, Callum Holtzler, and number 8, Ryan Baker.
And yet another offside for the Falcons. I think they have as many offsides as they do goals this game. Interesting to see what's going to happen now for the rest of this game. With the Falcons already up 6-0, being able to get any shot at will. I wonder to see if their game plan will change with an extra man on the advantage now.
Your Mohawk, just be composed. Just relax.
And if you see some players get tripped up like that, there was some comments left on the field, but nothing too major. It's definitely one of those times in a match where one team is really hungry for more goals, while one's on the other end of, just trying to make sure to hang on to, that last strand.
I'm not sure if I've said it enough this time, but the referee called another offside on the Falcons. So Mountaineers will take possession.
Fanshawe sub number 18, Nicholas Martin.
Falcons on the attack.
Michael Foster.
And with DeAnthony Sims off the field right now, there is a huge difference with just energy that you can see that the Falcons are just trying their best to take advantage of.
The Falcons have a lot more room to work with now, with Mohawk down to only 9 players. So, nice little move, but
Some good skills shown, but nothing too drastic, and the ball shall go out of play.
so after the deflection, Falcons will have another corner kick incoming. So a light little kick, and they'll try and make something work from the corner. Headed away from Ahuo, and Bajwa will take the ball. Nice kick downfield, intended for Salman.
Great pressure by Hamza Salman.
Sabatino trying to make a move. Blake fighting down the right line.
Garen, get back. Garen. Wait 1 second.
And just late in this game, you see the Mountaineers really just trying to hold it together and have a lot of communication, especially with the player off the field. But the Falcons really just going to ham with these through passes, and it being a huge expectation of their team. Huge clearance by Keon Smith.
On your back. Come back.
Now shift. Yeah, well done, Luke. Well done. Keep the strength. Hold it, man. Get the ball. You're good. Relax. Move on, Dad. Blake, gun. Move on.
So Mountaineers players seem to be unhappy with each other's level of play right now. Have heard some disagreements with players on who should be moving towards the ball, but some of the players also staying composed, trying to get their players back in this game.
And I'll definitely say it's just one of those games where, you know, the score is just not on your side. It's not favorable to you. And you got to make sure that keep your chin up and, hey, you know, it might be looking bad right now, but there's always next game. There's always next practice. That's where it really starts.
So, pass back to Bajwa, who are looking to take the ball himself, is tripped up. And a yellow card awarded.
It does seem that the ball was played too quick and not of the refs' liking.
That was number 18, Nicholas Mazza, who was awarded that yellow card. I've mentioned it before. When you're up 6-0 in a game like this, or any score, if you're up big, dying moments, there's no reason to go for the errant yellow card or play too physical for no reason. Especially when if you can get another yellow card at some point in the next 15 minutes, you'll get awarded your second yellow, you'll get a red. 1 game suspension, depending on how severe the yellow cards were. And if you're Fanshawe, for a team who's trying to fight for a spot in the playoffs right now and establish yourself in the standings above St. Clair, a suspension and getting kicked out of a game right now, not what your team wants.
And just a bit of miscommunication right there shown by the Mountaineers, which is leading to this counter-attack. But just like that, a player had all the opportunities, all the chances, and simply squandered them.
Jimenez waited and waited and waited. Tried to get as many players down, tried to fake out as many players as he could. Looking for that opportunity, but still got swallowed up in that last second.
Must have really thought it was FIFA 23, but simply just not the case. And Hamza Salman with the ball. Great show of skill. Sadly, a bit of miscommunication with the Mountaineers right there.
Drop pass intended for Barnard, but a few steps ahead.
And with Garen Blake on the run on the right side, great show of skill from the Mountaineers up right now. And great scoop up by Bajwa.
Some space to work here. Mountaineers are just going to take it slow.
Great show of skill from the Mountaineers.
Salman fighting off the defender. Nice move to get past. But too many Falcons defenders.
Good show of skill from these Falcons. But even better defensive positioning by the Mountaineers.
Yeah, great play by Keon Smith. If he didn't get to that ball, would have trickled past him. Easy 2-0 for the Falcons.
Easy.
Would have likely been 7-0. Jimenez coming in. Well, selfless pass.
Very selfless play.
Strike past Bajwa. The Falcons have put up a touchdown here at Tim Hortons Field.
Very selfless pass to be made. Player had the opportunity to really go in on his own 1v1 with a player defender, but decided to make a pass to a teammate, and that's just what the Falcons do. You know, they generate goals.
And that was Anis Ayeda with the goal.
And depending on situations right now, it does seem that the Mountaineers
Have another player out on the sideline.
yeah, while the play coaches and
Fanshawe goal scored by number 11.
I'm quite shocked by this. The refs aren't stopping the games even though a Mountaineer is injured and sidelined right now.
He is being tended to on the sideline, and I'm assuming that after he is repaired, he should be back up on the field. But currently it is a 10v8 now for the Falcons on this field.
Indeed, you did not mishear my associate Connor. He did indeed say a 10v8.
With the red card earlier to Sims, Mountaineers were already down a player, but with Ahulo out on the sideline, it's a 10v8. He is up, and it is looking like he will make his way back into the play once he gets the referee's approval.
Great save by Fanshawe. Great save.
Referee does approve Ahulo, and he will make his way back into the game. So, good sight to see for the Mountaineers. Their player is back.
Definitely one of those huge defensive pressures that you kind of want on the field regardless, even though the score might not look like it.
He is the big body that you want in your back line.
And plays like that just to prove it. Great composure by Ian Curry. And then Brandon to, I believe, that was Tavares. Great defensive stop by Garen Blake.
Jimenez looking for a chip. Past Ahulo. And another goal for the Falcons. Mentioned they got a touchdown earlier. Just converted the 2-point. 8-0 for Fanshawe.
And this is
It's
just
looking like the Mountaineers players are very unhappy with the level of play that they have come out with.
And this is definitely just one of those games where you really just want to forget about, and you got to take it on the chin sometimes.
And that was Nicholas Mazza with the goal.
In best hopes, the Mountaineers just have to make sure that, for reputation's sake, that this match doesn't turn into double digits for one team, and are able to just maintain the score and possibly even score themselves sometime during the rest of this match. But great pressure by Garen Blake.
It's about 7 minutes left to play here in this game. Total domination by the Falcons from start to finish. Ever since the Mountaineers goal in the first 45 seconds was disallowed off the offside, it has been all Falcons all game.
And just like that, it could have been 9-0, but the Mountaineers were able to escape that one.
It's a beautiful ball, little lob pass over Ahulo, and the header was maybe 5-6 inches wide of the post, but Falcons just miss out on their 9th goal of the game. And it seems like that's where most of the problems have been in this game. The rather strong defensive line of the Mountaineers have been getting exposed on their ability to play the through balls. And without D'Anthony Sims in this game, the Falcons have just been tearing this D-line apart. And it looks like we do have another player down on the field for the Mountaineers, which is just something you don't want to see in a game like this, especially with time winding down.
From the looks of it, it looks like that player could be Keon Smith, who's definitely been a huge pressure on defense for these Mountaineers.
It's one of the last things you want to see in a game where you're down 8-0 with under 10 minutes to play. Losing a player at the end of a blowout, it's the last thing you want, especially if you're trying to prepare for your next game upcoming this week. with a short bench already, you don't want to go into your next game down. Maybe Sims if he does get the suspension for the red, and hopefully not Keon Smith on top of that.
And it does seem that the Mountaineers will be back to reduced numbers with Keon Smith being sidelined, hopefully for just a small play.
I'm assuming because the trainer had to see him, he must take a break on the sideline.
In the second half.
And he is let back in after a nice sip of water.
But exactly like you just said, Connor, just with a sip of water, that could be a huge difference in games like this where, you know, you have one team that keeps rotating their players, and
For a team who's been in their defensive end having to work their butt off all game, it's just, you get very tired, especially now with Sims out, being down a man. You're putting all your effort into this game, so not getting those chances to get back to the bench, get some water in you, these players are exhausted, they're dehydrated, so it may look like they're not putting out their best effort at this moment, but they're giving it everything they have.
they're truly trying their best.
So a sharp angle free kick is coming for the Falcons. And it'll be the previous goal scorer, Ayeda.
And as the match approaches to near the end, hopefully this will be the final scoreboard, or that the Mountaineers are able to capitalize on an opportunity.
Although it wouldn't make much of a difference, it would be nice for the Mountaineers just to get one on the board. Kind of feel a little boost in their team.
And Hamza to possibly kill Murray. No, he will get slitted.
And yet another offside for the Falcons. I'm not sure what's occurred more, Falcons offsides or Falcons goals. Either or, they've been doing a lot of both each game. Tavares will slowly play it back to Bourgeois. So Mountaineers are playing very passive right now. Not trying to get too antsy with the ball. Just avoiding giving the ball away and letting the Falcons put another on the board.
And great defensive pressure by Garen Blake, but sadly swarmed by these Falcons. And no call was given. But it does seem that a player is on the floor for the Falcons.
And what a save by Bourgeois. Oh, the play should stop soon with the injured player for the Falcons. He is slowly getting up.
It does seem that he possibly was attempting to. I would say that I'm seeing a limp.
I'm assuming he's just going to try and tough it out for the last few seconds and play on a limp.
Yeah.
But we are not going to ignore that amazing save by Bourgeois. Diving to his right, gets the hand on it and off the crossbar.
Huge cross. This could be what the Mountaineers need. But sadly, not enough, as Kilmurray's not able to get there in time. A little bit too far off.
So no extra time given in this second half. The Falcons take this game after 90 minutes, 8-0. And yes, you heard that right. The Falcons did put up 8 goals here in this game. Scored 4 in the first half, 4 in the second half. So, an amazing game for the Falcons here. Just applied as much pressure as they could. They had 17 shots, 13 on goal.
Ladies and gentlemen,
8 goals.
the final score tonight.
Meanwhile, the Mountaineers were able to put up 1 shot and 0 on goal.
We'll see you next time.
Both goalies on the Falcons combined for a total of 0 saves. And it's just a blowout. I mean, Mountaineers did what they could, but they were just outmatched from start to finish. So
Definitely a rough match and not the ideal outcome for these Mountaineers. But hopefully with another match occurring later on this week, they're able to get some revenge and really show the OCAA what they're made of.
So the Falcons will move to 3-2-2, which was a crucial win for them to boost their standings. Mountaineers will fall to a measly 1-6 on the season, but they do have another game coming this week on Friday night against Redeemer, cross-city matchup, so that can be a very good matchup for the Mountaineers. But as you said, Mohawk will travel to Fanshawe on October 15th for the rematch. So hopefully after a pummeling like this